Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead, is about the tall man kidnapping Mike, and Reggie's got to try to find Mike, and he actually gets some help from a young boy and a black woman. Hey everybody, this is John Franklin Reviewer, and as you can see, I don't have my green screen behind me. I decided to take a little break off of it. It's just going to be me and my chair like it usually is, and this wall. Now, let's get right into Phantasm 3, and on to the likes. So the first thing I want to talk about is the flying silver balls. Once again, I feel like that they actually are their own character, which is awesome because they continue being developed. They continue showing more things that these flying silver balls could actually do to people. And going with some of the characters, I mentioned during the introduction about a young boy named Tim and a black woman named Rocky. We're going to start with Tim. I like Tim because he is a very entertaining kid to watch. I won't say he's as good as A. Michael Baldwin in the very first Phantasm, and it doesn't feel like Phantasm 3 trying to rip off Phantasm 1 with this kid actor again. No, this kid actor is definitely smart and clever like Mike was in 1979, but he actually still has his own flavor that I really do like. Going with Rocky, she is a badass character. She's a great actress. I'm along for the ride of what she's going through as much as Reggie and Tim are going through. She has nunchucks, so I do like that. Reggie, once again, is a badass. He's really cool. You know, having his unique shotgun is always really a pleasure. If anybody ever thought, boy, you know, I love the movie Home Alone, that, man, I wish that this could have been a rated R movie out there and get a lot of gore and blood. Well, you do actually get one scene for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I think it is glorious of what they do. I feel like, of course, you could tell that they are ripping off Home Alone, but they're still doing their own style, and I do actually enjoy that there, too. This movie, I won't say 100% feels like Army of Darkness, but there are a decent amount of moments. Definitely going into Act 3, there is a lot of silliness to it there. There's a lot of cool things. So it's like, I could see Reggie sort of trying to be Bruce Campbell in this movie. I enjoy the story. I think it's directed, once again, very well by Don Coscarelli. He does, you know, just certain shots that he comes up with, I think is actually really cool. I definitely like the script. I love the dialogue. I laughed a lot in this movie. And moving on from there is going to be Act 3, the big battle with good versus evil. Now, in Part 2, I was very disappointed with it. I loved the build-up to it, but once we got to the big battle, I was like, no, it just felt like it really let me down. But in this one, they actually did not put their foot off the gas, and they just went for it. I love the good versus evil. I thought it was an awesome battle that you had to go through with the hench people, with the tall man, with the silver flying balls. I just loved everything that you had to go through in this, and this was good. And the final like on this one, and I don't know what it is about these particular movies here that I love, like the last minute, the last 30 seconds, it just like hits you and I'm like, shit, I can't wait for the next one and see what actually is going to happen. And on to the dislikes. Well, the first thing I got to talk about is the character Mike, once again played by A. Michael Baldwin, who wasn't in Part 2. That was a different actor playing Mike, but he was the kid actor in the first Phantasm, which I love the hell out of that movie. I think he was a great kid actor for 1979. Now that Mike's all grown up and he's an adult, how's his acting in this? Horrible, boring, dull. He hardly has any kind of reaction. He's almost the male version of Elizabeth from Part 2, which I did not like that character. And whenever he does get kidnapped by the tall man, I completely forget that he's even in the movie until Reggie actually has to go save him. Like, about, I don't know, he's gone for about half the movie. And it's like, oh, that's right, I forgot that Mike is in it. Now, another character I got to talk about is Mike's bigger brother. Jody is back in it, the same actor from the first one, who he was briefly mentioned in the second one, but they never even brought him back. His acting was slightly better, but he was also wasted. I know what they were doing with that character, and I thought it was very interesting, but it still felt like he was wasted in this movie. Got to talk about the tall man. I love the tall man, once again played by the Angus Scrim, who shines when he needs to shine on screen time that he actually gets. but I also put him in the dislikes because he's hardly in it, just like part 2, and that's very disappointing. I like seeing him. I thought they'll bring him back a lot more in this movie, and they do not. I feel like he's about the same, maybe a little bit more in this, but I'm just like, man, we can get more Tall Man, and we don't actually get that. Got to talk about Tim real quick. The only thing I did not like, yes, it's a movie, yes, it's a script, but why did they have the kid driving Reggie Hemi? I didn't like that, and you can even look in the eyes of Reggie, and he's silently freaking out. And I just like, well, why would you do that, Reggie? Why would you let this kid have the keys? I understand that one scene he was talking about, oh, I've been trying to learn how to drive, but I don't have a license. No, that scene should have been rewritten where the kid never drove at all. I would have been fine and I would have never complained about it. And the final dislike is got to be these 3 characters, 2 guys and a woman who do not have a single name. They're bad guys. They're actually their own little like set of bad guys, but later on they do work for the Tall Man. And the thing is that I feel like that they were a waste of time to be in this. They're just here or there in the movie just to be inconvenienced to the heroes while the heroes are trying to go after the Tall Man once again. Their acting is okay at best. So it was a very disappointing and waste of time to have these characters in this movie. Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead, I'm going to go 3 out of 4 stars. This is an awesome and fun movie. What do you think about this particular sequel here? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Give me a comment down below and we can discuss it. Thank you guys so much for watching another movie review here. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.